The amount of times that I have tried to fix these bangs, I think I give up. I give up. Hi, my name is Jess and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you have never seen my face before, hi. My name is Jess and I'm a musical theater performer living in New York City, and I make videos about musical theater, performing, and living in New York City. Welcome to the squad. Because while most kids grew out of the title of theater kid, I became a theater adult, and that's far worse. So today's video, we are going to be talking all about the Tonys because I think it needs to be talked about. There's a couple different things I really want to discuss. I've had discussions with my friends, and not really my family. My family doesn't really do the Broadway. My friends, I've had discussions with my friends, and I really wanted to have some discussions with you guys. Hear your guys' thoughts about the whole situation. There's a lot of things that happened that, I don't know. Am I spilling tea?
Is this tea?
But basically, I want to talk about the Tonys. You want to talk about the Tonys if you clicked on this video. So today, we're talking about the 2021 Tony
Awards.
I'm also going to do a small plug for my Instagram. Check it out right here. Yay! She's fun. In today's video, we're going to be talking about why the Tony Awards was disappointing. So, to start off, I have 3 different segments of this, of the things I didn't like, but I'm gonna quickly start out with the things that I did, because I think it's important to acknowledge the good before we acknowledge the bad. If you came here for the tea, just stick through the positive, and then we'll get to the, stick through the positivity, and then we'll just hit the, I guess, the negativity. Oh, I don't like that. Anyways, I just wanna talk about some of the things that I did like, because I think that's also super important to talk about. First of all, the fact that it happened. We love that, right? We're so excited. As a musical theater adult, I'm a musical theater kid. Shut up. As a musical theater performer person, it is really amazing to see that the Tonys was able to kind of be reborn in a sense. I really liked the fact that it was almost treated as like a history of the Tony Awards, history of Broadway. A lot of performers that had nothing to do with this season's shows were there, and they were singing songs from the past. Like Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth go out and sing For Good. Bye, crying. I literally just saw Wicked like 2 weeks ago. Insert clip. It both felt like therapy, and then I left feeling like I needed therapy. Yeah, so we're still emotional, and then they come out, Kristen starts crying, I start crying, it's a whole mess. And it was just really cool to see a bunch of like historic Broadway performers being broadcast on CBS, like a big channel. Like that's pretty amazing for the community. It was awesome to see all the cast getting together, being so excited. Aaron Tveit finally won his Tony. Are we surprised? No. Are we thankful? Yes. So there was a lot of good things that came of this, and as a performer who for a very long time was scared of even calling myself a performer. I'm gonna get into this in a whole nother video. Basically, I tried avoiding theater for a long time during the pandemic because it just made me really sad. And I have finally like woken up, I feel like, and gotten back into that space. Being able to, you know, go from seeing Wicked and feeling like awake for the first time in 2 years. And then there's something in my eye. It's not tears, I promise, but like maybe I'm still thinking about For Good. For Good to me felt like, why am I like this? I think it's still in my eye, but the show must go on. For Good. What was I even talking about? I literally forgot where I was because there was something in my eye. Anyways, there's a lot of good things that happened, and I'm really glad that it was broadcast for people to be able to watch, because it really brought me a sense of joy and a sense of purpose again. And I think those are very important things to have as, you know, a person, but also a theater performer. Oh, this is gonna stay in my eye the whole video, isn't it? Yep, okay. So with the positives come some. Let's get started. I have 3 different things to talk about here. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is Jagged Little Pill. And I want to start off by saying that as a cis woman, I do not have the right, I do not have the ability to speak for the trans community. So what I'm doing here is not doing that. I want to bring this knowledge to more people so that more people are aware of it. I will also suggest another video by Amy Lovett. She did a really amazing job explaining in detail everything that has happened in the form of 2 different videos. So if you want to know more about the situation in depth,
with receipts,
definitely go check out her video. But we're gonna dig into this. It's a little messy. So Jagged Little Pill was nominated for quite a few Tony Awards. They won 2 out of them. They were nominated for quite a few, but they were only won 2. Okay. One was for Lauren Patton, who played the role of Jo, and the other was for the book writer. I don't actually know her name. Insert here. They won. Basically what is happening is that, I wrote some of this down so I could remember. The trans community has come out saying that the show is very harmful, and in a sense have been gaslit into believing, or into being tried to make believe into the trans community. Okay, so here, I don't even know how to talk about this. So basically, the trans community was able to latch onto a character named Jo because they thought that they were non-binary, because it explicitly in the West End version basically detailed the fact that they were non-binary. So of course, in an industry that has no non-binary representation, no trans representation, barely anywhere. Of course, there's going to be a community that finds a character that they can relate with, and of course they're going to latch on to them. I get it. I understand. Jagged Little Pill has since come out saying that no, Jo is not non-binary. I guess she never was, and the trans community is making this into a big deal that doesn't need to happen. So
that's incorrect.
And if you go watch Amy Lovett's video, she literally details the receipts comparing the West End to the Broadway version, in which they basically took out the fact that Jo was non-binary by erasing many sentences from scenes, many lines from scenes, and just kind of covering it up with the fact that, oh, no, she's just a lesbian. They're not non-binary, she's just a lesbian, which doesn't track because through these receipts that people were able to pull, it literally doesn't match up at all. So the trans community is very angry because Lauren is a cis woman playing a character that really is meant to be non-binary. Like, if you watch the West End version, you cannot say that they are not, like, at all. Anyways, there was also another situation that came out a few days before the Tonys of a non-binary cast member going to the stage manager at the time, saying that they were needing a surgery, a very important surgery. The stage manager, one, kind of denied them, and then two, did not tell anyone, which is literally what a stage manager is supposed to be doing. Stage manager is supposed to be there to stick up for the cast. In my past experience as a theater performer, I have gone to stage managers with issues and they have resolved them. And that was on a non-professional level. So the fact that this stage manager, who's on a Broadway level and is also a very giant part of Actors Equity Association, did literally nothing. Yeah, there's some drama there, obviously. Like, some things went really wrong. So right up until the Tonys, a lot of cast members actually announced that they were leaving because they did not believe in the show. They did not believe in the things that were being presented in the show, which I completely understand and I applaud them for it. But there's a lot of issues because Lauren still won the Tony for like Best Leading Actress, and the book writer who wrote a story about a non-binary person and didn't do a great job won the best book. So again, as a cis woman, there's not much I can say because I do not want to speak for the trans community, but that's hurtful. That is harmful in an industry where representation for the trans community is already literally none. Again, a lot of cast members have already left, but yeah, that was the first major gripe with the Tonys, is that two people that shouldn't have won and were celebrated for this. It's just so harmful. Like, I'm not talking about this in the most eloquent way. So again, go watch Amy's video. It details a lot more things, and reach out to the people in your life and the theater people in your life that are part of the trans community, because a lot of things that are happening even within this past week are really harmful and scary. Yeah, I don't know what else to say because I'm flabbergasted. Okay, another issue that I have with the Tonys was the paywall.
So,
as most of you guys know, theater is already very gate-kept, okay? It's an industry that is really difficult to get into if you do not have a lot of money. Lessons are expensive, classes are expensive, schools are expensive. So the people that are able to get to Broadway most of the time have been training since they were young because they've had the money to do that. So my gripe here is that the Tonys, if you watched it, was broadcast on two different platforms. First, they had like a pre-show thing, but was also part of the Tonys, but you could only watch it if you had Paramount Plus. And then the second half was broadcast on CBS. So to start off, Paramount Plus is a paid platform, okay? And even thinking back to myself when I was like 11, obsessed with theater, if I had asked my parents to be like,
hey, can you pay this so I can watch this?
No, why would they say yes? Like, obviously it didn't come up, so I don't know what they would have said, but the answer is probably no. So I can't imagine for the kids that were wanting to watch this, that are wanting to go into something that isn't acting. The only parts that were broadcast on the CBS on cable were like the acting roles, or like in the musical roles. Like even actors in plays, like, wasn't broadcast on national TV. Like, all of his stuff was only on Paramount Plus. And luckily Harmony, who I was watching it with, had Paramount Plus, so we were able to watch it. But it was just a very weird situation. I will say I brought this up on my Instagram story, and one of my friends reached out and was like, you know, the reason that this probably happened is because the Tonys struck up a deal with CBS. As we know, Broadway's like super broke right now. Like,
I get it.
What I'm kind of getting with that is that maybe they struck a deal with CBS. So because I think CBS and Paramount are like, I don't even know, but maybe they struck a deal with them where they could only have like a 2-hour slot when like the Tony Awards is usually 3 hours. It's usually longer than 2 hours, right? So what I'm guessing is they maybe struck a deal, and so they had half of it on Paramount, half of it on the other station. I'm not really sure. It rubbed me even more the wrong way because I watched the first half of the Tonys on Paramount Plus. That ended. I go over to CBS and Big Brother is just starting because a football game pushed everything back. So I had to wait an hour in between to even start the Tonys when other people were already watching it. So again, sports wins out over theater. Wow, am I in high school again? So yeah, I really wasn't a fan of that. Again, to play devil's advocate, if the only way they were able to do that was through striking a deal and getting a discount, okay. But it really hurts me knowing that a lot of kids were not able to watch the Tonys and were not able to be inspired by this year's like that we've needed so much. Like theater's been literally dead for like a year and a half. We're finally bringing it up and only a certain amount of people can watch it. Only certain people with certain financial abilities can watch it. Just kind of makes me sad. So the last thing we're going to talk about is quite opinionated. Maybe. And that's the fact that The Lightning Thief was robbed. Okay, so if you didn't know, The Lightning Thief is a musical based off of the Percy Jackson books by Rick Riordan, written by Rock Rokiki, I believe his name is. I actually saw The Lightning Thief on tour and it was so much fun. Definitely gave off more of a like TYA, like theater for young audiences vibe, but it was so good. I loved it. The music is kick ass. The music is so good. So my issue here is that The Lightning Thief actually made it to Broadway right before the pandemic happened. So The Lightning Thief could have been nominated for any of the above awards. How many were they nominated for?
0.
Oh, and what did The Lightning Thief also have? Original music and original score. What did the other shows not have?
That.
So a show that had an original score, original music, was not nominated for anything. In an awards like time period where there was only like 3 shows running. Like nobody watched the Tonys to figure out who won Best Musical. We all knew who was gonna win. However, they just fully excluded The Lightning Thief, which makes me really sad because in an industry that has suffered through so much the past year and a half, I believe Kat Steele said this in one of her videos, but it just comes across really mean. It comes across really mean. You know, not every show needs to be nominated, but like, way to exclude, I don't know. It makes me uncomfy. That on the fact that the other show, Jagged Little Pill, which was super problematic, won awards, was nominated for a ton, did not have original music, and then Lightning Thief got nothing. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So that was a lot of negativity. However, I do want to say that overall, I'm so glad Broadway's back. I'm so glad the Tonys were able to do their thing. Finally, it was great seeing everybody come back and do the thing that we all love to do. But there were things that I could have done without. And that also includes the Andrew Reynolds and Titus Burgess duet. So that's today's video. I hope it's not a downer. I just kind of wanted to talk about some things because overall, like, yeah, I'm really happy that it was able to happen, but I think a lot of things happened in it that should not have and that are really problematic and that need to be talked about a little bit more.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Again, if you've never seen my face before until this video, 1, thanks for sticking around. 2, go hit that subscribe button below because it helps me out so much and join the fam over here. I kind of want to come up with like a name that we have. Do we have a name? I don't have a name. I'm trying to create a community here of like theater kids, theater kid, theater adults, whatever you want. You are welcome here. So again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Follow me on Instagram here. It's a good time. And I post a lot of photos of my cat. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!